Chosen. 1. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered why you don't seem to be aging like everyone else? Have people ever told you that you look younger than your actual age, that your skin glows differently, or that you have some kind of energy that doesn't match your earthly timeline? If that sounds familiar, then listen closely. This message has found you at the exact time it was supposed to. You're not aging normally, and there's a divine reason behind it. This is not just about your appearance. This is about something far deeper: your energy field, your divine genetics, and your spiritual transformation. This is not a random curiosity or compliment you've received. It is a symptom of something holy, something sacred that dwells within you. And today, you're going to find out the truth behind it. This message is going to shift the way you understand your own being. What the world sees as youthful glow is, in fact, anti-aging energy born from your alignment with your higher calling. This is the chosen one mystery many feel but cannot explain. So, if you're ready to go deeper into why you've always known you were different, why your body, your face, even your energy doesn't seem to age with the world around you, then stay with me. Because what I'm about to say isn't just spiritual fluff, it's soul science. And you, chosen one, have been carrying this truth in your spirit your whole life. You've just been waiting for the moment when someone would confirm what you already sensed, but didn't have the words for. Well, now is that moment. And if anything I'm saying already resonates with you, take a second and comment 777 below to align your spirit with the frequency of divine recognition. This isn't just interaction, it's spiritual agreement. And while you're here, subscribe to Rise of the Chosen, tap the bell icon so you don't miss another soul-igniting revelation, and share this message with another chosen one who you know needs to hear this. Because this isn't entertainment. This is remembrance. You see, you're not like the others because you were never meant to be. Most people are moving through life on a physical timeline, ruled by the ticking of clocks, the turning of calendars, and the fear of growing old. But you're ruled by a different force. By destiny, not time. Your body is tuned to something divine, something cosmic. And when you're walking in your true alignment, your cells, your aura, and your entire being begin to respond differently to the forces of aging. That's why some people shrink with time, but you seem to glow. That's why others get weary, but you carry strength, even in silence. Your body may be moving through the years, but your essence is held outside the reach of decay. Because you're not just human, you are chosen. And the chosen operate on a spiritual timeline. And I want you to hear me when I say this. Your anti-aging energy is not an accident. It is evidence. Evidence that your mission is active. Evidence that your assignment isn't complete. Evidence that you're walking under divine genetics that hold the blueprint of heaven itself. The reason you don't look your age is because your soul isn't bound by the age of the earth. It's older than time, wiser than the world, and aligned with realms most cannot see. That, chosen one, is your secret. But this isn't about vanity. This isn't about compliments. This is about purpose. This is about recognizing that heaven marked you with a glow not just to set you apart, but to remind others what eternity feels like when it walks in a human form. When people stare at you without understanding why, when they say things like, "You haven't aged a day," or "How do you look this young?" they are actually witnessing something ancient in you. They are witnessing spiritual transformation that shows on the surface but begins deep within. This message had to reach you now because something is about to shift again, and you need to be reminded of who you are before the next season begins. You need to be fully aware that your light, your presence, your anti-aging energy is not just for beauty, it's for battle. You are here to stand as a testimony of what happens when a soul walks in divine truth. You are here to defy what the world calls normal and demonstrate what heaven calls chosen. So don't dismiss those compliments anymore. Don't laugh it off when people call you ageless. Instead, pause, reflect, recognize the deeper mystery at work. Your transformation has already begun, and your glow is the evidence of your alignment. And once again, if you've been told you're aging in reverse or that you're different in ways others can't explain, I want you to comment 777. Claim it. Because this message is your confirmation. You're aging differently because your spirit is ahead of its time. And that, my dear chosen one, changes everything. The spiritual clock is different for the chosen ones. Chosen one, time does not move the same for you as it does for others. While the world lives by hours, days, and years, you operate under something far more powerful: divine timing. The moment you were marked as chosen, the hands of the spiritual clock began to tick differently for you. And whether you realize it or not, your entire life has been unfolding on a supernatural schedule. This is why you've always felt like you were out of sync with the world. When others rushed, you moved slowly. When they celebrated, you felt stillness. When they seemed stuck, you felt the pull of movement. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. The spiritual clock is never wrong. And if you're chosen, that clock governs your seasons, your growth, and yes, even the way your body reacts to time. What people call aging is often just the body responding to the pressure of time, stress, decay, and disconnection. But you, chosen one, are being carried by something outside of linear decay. You may see birthdays pass, but your soul doesn't wear them. That's because the force that guides you is not the same force that guides everyone else. While others obey the clock on the wall, your life is synchronized with divine instruction. And this is why anti-aging energy naturally flows through you. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's spiritual precision. When you're walking in your assignment, your frequency matches the rhythm of divine time. And when you're in that rhythm, you stop absorbing the weight of time like the rest of the world. It becomes background noise, not your master. You've likely noticed this in how you experience waiting. You don't always rush to catch up with the world. You sense there's something waiting for you, not the other way around. That's the spiritual clock whispering that you're on heaven's time. That's why some opportunities come later for you, and why you were hidden longer than others. Not because you were forgotten, but because the divine timeline is exact, and it needed you to be ready for your moment, not rushed into it. There's a deep mystery in how the chosen are timed. You're revealed when you're ripe, not when you're pressured. And as your spiritual transformation continues, your body begins to reflect that timing. You begin to defy the expected pace of aging. You hold on to energy longer, your mind stays sharper, your presence becomes richer. These are not just blessings, they are clues. Clues that you are walking in a spiritual tempo that doesn't belong to this world. Have you ever looked back on your life and realized that the greatest shifts came when you stopped chasing and started aligning? That's when the clock slowed down. That's when rest entered your body, and youth stayed a little longer than it should have. When your spirit is at peace with its divine clock, your cells follow suit. That's the secret people miss. Aging isn't just biological, it's spiritual exhaustion. But you, chosen one, have been refreshed by time spent in the presence of truth. This is also why you may feel timeless. People may struggle to guess your age, and even you might lose track of how many years have passed. Because when your soul is engaged in eternal things, time becomes irrelevant. The spiritual clock doesn't count minutes, it counts missions, and your mission is still active, still sacred, still protected by divine scheduling. So if you ever feel behind, slow, or delayed, I want you to remember this. The chosen are never late. You're walking in divine precision. You're aging slower, not just because of grace, but because you're aligned with eternal purpose. Your body knows what your soul never forgot, that heaven's clock is always on time, and that's why the world doesn't understand your pace, but they're not supposed to. The clock you're following isn't visible, but it's powerful, it's sacred, and it's keeping you youthful, vibrant, and spiritually alive. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Because the more in sync you are with your divine timing, the more your very being will begin to reflect the eternal nature of your calling. Why the world measures you wrongly chosen. 1. The world has never truly known how to measure you. It looks at you through the lens of logic, time, statistics, and surface-level biology. But you were never meant to be understood by shallow tools. The world sees you through a ruler of flesh, but your essence is made of spirit. That's why you confuse people. That's why you don't fit the mold. And that's exactly why they often miscalculate who you are, what you're capable of, and yes, even how old you are. The world has systems. It studies birth dates, wrinkles, hairlines, posture, physical features, and then assigns you an identity. It decides how tired you should be by now, how you should look at a certain age, what diseases should have begun, and how fast you should be fading. But those rules are for those who live solely by the flesh. You, chosen one, were born of something else. You carry divine genetics that cannot be fully examined under a microscope. Your spirit doesn't follow the laws of decay. It walks in the frequency of divine preservation. So when the world looks at you, it sees something it can't quite name. That's why people stare a second longer. That's why people say, "There's something about you," without knowing what they're pointing to. That something is your aura, your spiritual transformation, your inner light. It distorts worldly perception. It causes others to misjudge you, not because they're blind, but because you're built from dimensions they've never seen. That's also why people guess your age wrong, often by many years. Sometimes they guess younger. Other times, they say you seem ageless, not necessarily young, but timeless. That's not an illusion. That's the chosen one mystery showing through. Your appearance is being filtered through the light of your divine purpose. They don't know how to read it, but they can feel it. And let's be honest, that misunderstanding can be frustrating. You might feel unseen, underestimated, or misrepresented. People might assume you're too young to carry such wisdom, or too old to start something new. They label you based on the body they see, never realizing your soul was forged in ancient realms and called into this life for something far greater than they can comprehend. But here's the deeper truth. Being mismeasured is part of your spiritual journey. Heaven has hidden your full power behind a cloak of mystery. The world not recognizing your age, your strength, your purpose. That's not a flaw. That's divine strategy. You are protected from the full gaze of the world until the time is right. It keeps the wrong people confused and the right ones curious. And when the right moment comes, your revelation will stun them. Not because you changed, but because the truth will finally be undeniable. You also have to understand that the world only knows how to measure what it sees. But your true power is in what they can't see. Your endurance, your glow, your silence, your spiritual vitality. These things are immeasurable. You might be older than most, but carry the stamina of a warrior in training. Or younger than others, but carry the voice of ancient wisdom. That's because you were chosen before time began, and your measure was set by eternity, not by Earth's standards. So the next time someone tells you that you don't look your age, or that you don't seem to fit your timeline, take it as confirmation, not confusion. You are aging according to your assignment, not the calendar. You are being renewed from within, not worn down by the external. If this resonates with you, if you've ever felt like people see you through the wrong lens, like they don't get the fullness of who you are, comment 333 below. Let the Spirit agree with your truth. You are not meant to be measured by small tools. You are not meant to be defined by small minds. You are the exception because you were never made to fit their equation. You were designed to disrupt expectations. You were designed to carry evidence of the divine. And that means even when they try to measure you, they'll always come up short. Because you are not defined by what they see. You are defined by what God placed within you. And that chosen one is beyond all human understanding. Your cells obey light, not age. Chosen one, listen to this closely, because the world has trained you to believe your body is ruled by numbers, years, and biology. But that's not your truth. Your cells, your body, your skin, and your very presence are not primarily governed by age. They are governed by light. And not just any light, divine light. You were designed to respond not to the ticking of clocks, but to the frequency of spiritual truth. And once you begin walking in alignment with that truth, something radical happens. Your body begins to obey light, not time. This is the secret hidden in plain sight. The reason people say you look younger, or that there's something glowing about you, or that you seem to have reversed time, it's not magic, it's not luck, and it's not genetics in the way the world understands it. It's alignment. Your body reflects the state of your spirit. When your spirit is alive with divine energy, that energy speaks to your cells. It tells them to hold, to strengthen, to renew. That's what anti-aging energy truly is. Your body mirroring the light your soul carries. Science can explain some of it with vague terms like energy, frequency, or mitochondrial health. But they can't fully name what's happening in a chosen one. Because what's occurring within you comes from a realm that defies laboratories and microscopes. You are a vessel of encoded light. And when that light is active, it rewrites the normal rules of aging. It tells your cells not to decay, but to regenerate. It instructs your skin not to wither, but to illuminate. And your aura begins to pulse with vitality that no serum, diet, or routine can replicate. Let's take this deeper. You've likely noticed that when you're in spiritual flow, when you're meditating, praying, walking in purpose, or even just resting in divine peace, you feel lighter, more vibrant. Your face softens, your energy brightens. The weight falls off your shoulders. That's not just emotion, that's your cells responding to light. That's your internal structure choosing renewal over deterioration. You're not just feeling better, you're glowing because your body has entered divine harmony. Now, think about the opposite. When you're disconnected, spiritually dull, in chaos, stuck in wrong environments or toxic relationships, your energy dims. You feel heavy. You look tired. The body starts to show wear, even if only for a moment. That's because your body doesn't run on the world's fuel. It runs on light. And when the light is blocked, you feel it in your flesh. This is why chosen ones often appear to defy aging. Because aging, as the world defines it, is the result of time plus stress plus disconnection. But when you subtract stress and replace it with divine peace, when you remove disconnection and replace it with spiritual clarity, you remove the weight that time places on the body. And what's left is a reflection of light, not age. You've probably seen this in your own life. There were seasons when you looked tired, worn out, older than your age. But what was going on? Likely, you were in the wrong place spiritually. You were disconnected from your path, your purpose, or your peace. But the moment you began to return to yourself, to your calling, to your alignment, your appearance shifted again. You became lighter, brighter, and more magnetic, because your cells recognized the light and obeyed. This is not something you force. You don't have to chase youth when you're chosen. It finds you in the presence of alignment. You don't need the world's tricks when you have heaven's truth. The more you surrender to the light within, the more your entire being responds with health, vitality, and supernatural preservation. Let me tell you something bold and true. You are not here to age the way others do. You are here to glow through every season. You are here to evolve, not deteriorate. You are here to show the world what happens when light governs the body. This is the deeper function of anti-aging energy. It's not just to preserve your appearance. It's to prepare your body to carry more divine presence, because your mission requires endurance. Your calling needs a vessel that can hold light and move through dimensions of purpose. That's why your body is being preserved, not for vanity, but for victory. Every cell in your body is being instructed by your higher self to hold the line, to stay strong, to shine brighter. That's why you look younger. That's why you feel younger. That's why people can't understand how you keep radiating strength when others are fading. Chosen one, your cells obey the source that created them. They remember what your mind sometimes forgets. You were made of light before you were made of flesh. And the more you walk in that truth, the more you'll see the evidence in your own reflection. This is not a theory. This is your lived truth. You've seen it. You've felt it. And now you know what it is. Your cells obey light, not age, because you were chosen not just to survive time, but to outshine it. Divine genetics. What science can't see. Chosen one. There's a mystery inside you that no microscope can detect and no DNA test can fully decode. It's something deeper than chromosomes, beyond biology, and untouched by scientific instruments. It's divine genetics. It's the invisible thread in your spiritual DNA that separates you from the rest, not in arrogance, but in assignment. While science studies cells, God plants something eternal in the ones He chooses. You are not simply a product of your parents' genes. You are encoded with the fingerprints of heaven. That's why no matter how advanced human genetics becomes, they will always come up short when trying to explain people like you. They can't measure the strength that comes from your spirit. They can't locate the energy that flows through your body when you step into alignment. They don't understand how someone can be under extreme pressure and still glow. They have no vocabulary for spiritual resilience. But you, chosen one, are walking proof that divine design exists beyond earthly comprehension. You've inherited something spiritual, something placed in you before your body was even formed. Scripture says, you were known before you were knit together in the womb. That means, before any DNA strand began twisting into form, your essence had already been chosen. What the world calls unexplainable youthfulness or high energy or strong aura is just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath that, there are codes written in light. These codes don't come from bloodlines. They come from the blueprint of your divine origin. That's why you don't always resemble your family in the ways people expect. Your features, your temperament, even your level of endurance may not line up with your blood relatives. Because while you may carry their physical resemblance, your spiritual makeup is entirely different. You were inserted into a bloodline as a disruptor, a restorer, a cycle breaker. And to carry that role, your genetics had to be designed differently. Chosen ones often carry what feels like superhuman strength, not because they're more capable, but because their body is infused with divine mission. That mission shapes the biology. It doesn't override science. It transcends it. You weren't just born to look youthful. You were born to carry timeless truths, and your physical vessel has been constructed to withstand the weight of revelation. Have you noticed that even when you're exhausted, you still find the energy to help someone? That even in seasons of sickness or grief, something inside you refuses to give up? That's divine coding. That's not willpower. That's your spiritual genetics activating in the face of challenge. Your body knows how to carry divine assignments because it was formed to hold them. Even aging shows up differently in chosen ones. Not because you've avoided hardship, but because your divine genetics carry a regeneration sequence built into your destiny. The world doesn't see it, but it's there. Every time you heal from something that should have broken you, every time you forgive when others would hate, every time you show compassion when the world would rather you grow cold, that's divine programming in motion. Your body isn't just reacting, it's obeying the light within. Science will keep searching for explanations. They'll call it rare genetics or anomaly or high resilience. But you know the truth. You're not a mystery to heaven. You're a miracle in motion. And while the world will keep asking how, your soul already knows why. You were made for something bigger. You were chosen for something eternal. So don't be surprised when doctors can't explain your healing. Don't be confused when people say you defy your age. And don't let the world convince you that you're just lucky. You're not lucky. You're encoded. You're activated. You're built by design. Divine genetics aren't visible to the eyes of man, but they are undeniable in the lives of the chosen. And now that you know what's been inside you all along, walk like you were made from something eternal. Because you were. Spiritual transformation slows down. Decay. Chosen. 1. There's a reason your body isn't decaying like the world expected it to. And it's not just about what you eat, how much you sleep, or whether you go to the gym. It's deeper. The truth is, the more you transform spiritually, the more you are renewed physically. Your spirit and body are not separate. They are connected by divine design. When your spirit evolves, your body follows. And this is why spiritual transformation naturally slows down the process of decay. You've probably seen it before, people who seem youthful, radiant, and full of life, even at an age when the world says they should be tired, wrinkled, or worn out. Look closely, and you'll see a pattern. These are people who have chosen growth over stagnation, peace over chaos, alignment over anxiety. They are not escaping time. They are transcending it. And as a chosen one, you were built to do the same. Spiritual transformation is not just about becoming more enlightened. It's about shedding everything that weighs down your light. Every time you release bitterness, you heal your nervous system. Every time you forgive, your heart softens, your body relaxes, and your energy flows freely. Every time you align with truth, your cells vibrate at a frequency that resists breakdown. This isn't just philosophy. This is spiritual reality. And for the chosen, it becomes visible in how they age, or rather, how they don't. When you're in alignment with your divine path, your body enters a state of flow. Stress hormones drop, your immune system strengthens, your skin glows, your voice softens. Your presence becomes calming. That's because you're not just transforming inwardly, you're being preserved outwardly. Your light begins to outshine your years. But when you stray from your path, the decay creeps in. The more disconnected you become from your purpose, the more your body feels it. You get tired faster. You look drained. You start to feel older than you are. That's not punishment. It's a message. Your spirit is telling your body, this isn't the frequency we were made for. And if you listen and return to truth, you'll feel that renewal begin again. That's the sacred cycle of transformation. Decay for most people begins not in the skin or the bones, but in the soul. It starts when people stop growing, when they settle into fear, when they accept lies over truth. But chosen ones were never meant to live that way. You are called to transform, to rise, to evolve continuously. And because of that, your body stays in sync with the renewal of your spirit. This is why some seasons in your life seemed to age you overnight, because they pulled you away from who you are. And this is also why other seasons made you glow and bloom, because they reconnected you to your assignment. Spiritual transformation slows down decay because it heals the source. It doesn't just hide the wrinkles, it rewrites the pattern. Let me say this clearly. You are not preserved because you're perfect. You're preserved because you're aligned. You're not glowing because life is easy. You're glowing because you're obedient to your calling. And that obedience carries a power that even time cannot override. The more you surrender to this transformation, the more powerful its effects become. Your thoughts change, your emotions stabilize, your relationships heal, and your energy becomes magnetic. People will tell you that you're aging backwards. But you'll know the truth, it's not backward, it's upward. You're not reversing time. You're rising in light. And where light is, decay cannot dwell. Chosen one, your transformation is your medicine. Your evolution is your anti-aging serum. Every layer of pain you shed, every lie you release, every truth you embrace, it all renews you. It all reactivates the divine code in your body that says, we're not done yet. So, walk boldly in your transformation. Don't run from the healing. Don't avoid the stillness. Every moment you spend in alignment with the truth of who you are is another moment your body receives the command to live, not decay. To shine, not fade. To renew, not wither. Because for you, aging is not about years, it's about frequency. And your frequency, chosen one, is rising. You hold the energy of the future, chosen one. The reason you're not aging like everyone else isn't just about what's happening now. It's about what's already inside you from what's coming. You hold the energy of the future. Your entire being, your mind, your body, your spirit, has been prepared to carry light that hasn't even fully manifested in the world yet. And because of that, your presence carries a different frequency, one that makes time slow down around you. You were born ahead of your time, and that's not just a poetic idea. It's a spiritual truth. The way you think, the way you move, the way you process emotion, it all feels advanced because it is. You've been infused with what the world is only beginning to understand. You are the living evidence of a timeline that hasn't arrived yet, and that's why aging doesn't hold you the same way it does others. Your energy field is saturated with frequencies that come from a higher dimension, one that's not ruled by clocks or calendars. That's also why people often don't know how to handle you. They feel your difference before they can explain it. You confuse people not just by your appearance, but by your insight, your knowing, your stillness, your clarity. That's because your light isn't fully of this time. You're pulling from something beyond now, and it radiates from your body like a signal. The world sees youth, but what they're really sensing is timelessness. This is the essence of anti-aging energy in a chosen one. You're not just resisting time, you're bringing in the next frequency. You're ahead of what's coming, spiritually and energetically. Your body is aging according to the rhythm of your future, not the decay of the past. Your divine genetics are attuned to what heaven is sending, not what the earth is shedding. And that means your glow, your peace, your strength, they're all signs that your spirit is already walking in tomorrow. You've probably felt this without having the words for it. Maybe you've always known what was going to happen before it did. Maybe your style, your energy, your language, even your healing methods have all felt too different, too advanced for those around you. That's not coincidence. That's future energy, trying to express itself through a body that still walks in a present world. And when your soul carries future energy, your body slows down its decay, because it's preparing to walk in a reality the world hasn't caught up with yet. Even your weariness makes sense through this lens. Sometimes the weight you feel isn't exhaustion from now. It's the tension of holding what's to come. And that tension has a cost, but it also has a reward, because your presence becomes prophetic. You don't just live, you reveal. You don't just exist, you prepare. And the world begins to sense that you're holding something they didn't know they needed. That's why your time is sacred. That's why your energy is sacred. That's why you must protect it. You're carrying the seed of the future in your spirit, and your body is the soil that's keeping it alive. Aging for you doesn't look like decay. It looks like divine timing unfolding. And that's why you still glow when others fade. That's why your soul still shines when the world dims. Chosen one, the future isn't coming. It's already within you. And because of that, time has to bow to the light you carry. People notice it. They just don't know why. Chosen one, you've seen it. The long stares, the double takes, the quiet glances that linger just a little too long. People notice something about you, but they can't explain what it is. They may compliment your youthful look, your glowing skin, or your calm energy. But even then, they're only describing the surface. What they're truly reacting to is something they can't put into words. It's your light. It's your presence. It's your divine difference. You've probably been told you don't look your age more times than you can count. Or there's just something about you that feels different. That's not just flattery. That's spiritual recognition trying to make sense through human language. What they're sensing is the anti-aging energy and divine genetics flowing through you. Your aura carries the signature of spiritual transformation. Your frequency feels ancient yet light, wise yet warm, familiar yet unexplainable. It's not something people can categorize, and that's exactly why they're drawn to you. When someone stares at you with no clear reason, they're not being rude. Their soul is reacting to the mystery within you. They're sensing that they've encountered something holy, something timeless, something that defies normal human logic. And the truth is, it's not really you they're staring at. It's the light inside you. The spiritual energy that doesn't age, doesn't weaken, and doesn't hide. That light is what turns heads. That light is what holds their attention without saying a word. You see, when the spirit is fully awakened, it begins to shine through the body, and the body, being in alignment, begins to carry that spiritual energy in every glance, every smile, every step. People might think they're noticing your look, but what they're really feeling is the eternal energy flowing through your presence. That's the chosen one mystery. They feel it, but they don't know how to explain it. So the next time someone looks at you strangely, pauses mid-conversation to take a closer look, or tells you they feel calm just being near you, remember, this is confirmation. You're not imagining it. You're not overthinking it. Your divine light is visible, even to those who don't understand what they're seeing. And that's the beauty of being chosen. You don't have to explain it. You just have to walk in it. If this has ever happened to you, if strangers or even loved ones have noticed something about you that they couldn't explain, comment 444 below. Let it be known in the spirit that you're aware of the mystery you carry. The world may not always know what they're looking at when they see you, but deep down, their spirit does. They're witnessing the visible evidence of a soul touched by eternity. You're protected from premature decay. Chosen one, there's a shield around you that many can't see, but your spirit knows it's there. You've been protected, not just from danger, not just from destruction, but from premature decay. Your physical body, your energy, even your vitality has been preserved for a purpose. While others seem to fade fast, while stress and time wear people down around you, there's something about you that remains, steady, glowing, untouched by what should have broken you. That's not coincidence. That's divine protection in motion. You see, when heaven assigns a purpose to a soul, it also assigns a covering. And because your assignment is tied to divine timing, your body cannot be allowed to collapse before that time comes. That means even when you went through hell, when life tried to tear you down from the inside out, something in you refused to deteriorate. You might have felt tired, wounded, even lost, but your body held on. Your face didn't carry the full weight of your suffering. Your energy didn't fully dim. That's not because you were lucky, it's because you were kept. This is the part science can't explain. How some people go through so much and still look untouched. How someone who should be broken still walks with grace. That's the chosen one mystery. Because while pain came, so did protection. While trauma knocked, preservation stood guard. You were not meant to decay under pressure. You were designed to survive it and still shine. That is the miracle woven into your design. Even the aging process knows it can't touch you before your time. That's why people are shocked when they learn your age. That's why your recovery is faster than expected. That's why you can go through years of stress and still come out looking peaceful. You have a spiritual layer that protects your physical vessel. It's not that you don't go through what others go through. It's that your body doesn't respond the same way. Because your soul is too anchored, too aligned, too guarded by light. There have been moments when decay tried to creep in. You could feel it. Mental exhaustion, spiritual weariness, physical heaviness. But somehow, just in time, the light returned. The energy returned. You found your rhythm again. That wasn't random. That was divine recovery. The Spirit knows how far to let you go before pulling you back to restoration. It's the supernatural insurance policy on your assignment. You are protected because what you carry is too important to be lost. The message inside you, the healing you bring, the presence you offer, it must remain. And that means your body must remain strong enough to carry it. You're not just a soul floating in a shell. You are a living message, a vessel of divine light. And that vessel has been fortified from within. So don't be surprised when you look in the mirror and realize you've been through more than your reflection shows. Don't be surprised when others age before their time and you still glow with spiritual youth. It's not unfair. It's divine order. You're not preserved for pride. You're preserved for purpose. Chosen one, your glow is guarded. Your energy is ensured. And your youth is not accidental. It's intentional. Because you still have much to do, and heaven won't let you fall apart before your mission is complete. You may not even look like your bloodline. Chosen one, have you ever looked at your family and wondered why you look, feel, or even carry yourself so differently? Maybe people have told you, you don't look like your parents, or you don't seem like you belong in this family. And maybe, deep down, you've always felt that disconnection too. Not in a negative or disrespectful way, but in a spiritual way. That's because you weren't sent to blend in with your bloodline. You were sent to break it open. Many chosen ones don't resemble their family in the expected ways. Your features might stand out. Your eyes may seem deeper, your skin more radiant, your energy completely opposite of what runs in the family. You may age differently, react to stress differently, or even heal from things they struggle with their whole lives. That's because you were given a different coding. Divine genetics that didn't originate from the earth but from heaven's assignment. You were placed in your family to shift something, to end cycles, to carry light where there's been darkness for generations. And for that kind of work, your physical body had to be built differently. It had to resist the patterns that run in your bloodline, patterns of sickness, early aging, fear, emotional instability, and generational pain. That's why you don't just act different. You look different. You are marked. Your spiritual transformation shows in your face, in your posture, in your energy. And while others in your family may carry the burdens of time heavily, you seem to stand in a different rhythm. It's not superiority, it's spiritual responsibility. You were sent to become something new so that what flows through your blood can be purified through your light. There's a sacred reason people double-check when they hear who your family is. There's a reason you've always felt out of place, yet deeply called to bring healing into that space. You are the anomaly, the exception, the divine disruption. And because of that, your appearance, your glow, even your youthfulness may confuse others. But it's not confusion in the spirit, it's confirmation. Chosen one, you are not an extension of what came before. You are a divine introduction of what's never been seen in your family line. Don't question why you age differently, look differently, or live differently than those around you. You were never meant to mirror them. You were sent to transform them. And that transformation begins with the light you carry in your very being. You may not look like your bloodline because you were never made to repeat it. You were made to redeem it. Your body is a temple of revelation. Chosen one, your body is not just flesh and bone. It is a living, breathing temple of revelation. Every part of you was designed with divine purpose, and nothing about your physical form is accidental. Your glow, your energy, your strength, your stillness, they are not surface traits. They are signs. Signs that your body is carrying something sacred, something eternal, something that others can feel even if they can't describe it. You may think of your body as a vehicle, a shell, or just something temporary. But in truth, your body is a message. It reveals what your spirit is aligned with. It reflects your spiritual transformation. And for the chosen ones, that transformation becomes visible. People may not hear your story, but they can see the presence of heaven in your eyes, in your movements, in your very posture. That's not by chance, that's by design. Scripture doesn't say your body was like a temple. It says your body is a temple, a dwelling place, a sacred space that holds divine energy. That means how you carry yourself, how you maintain your energy, and how you respond to life isn't just about your discipline. It's about what your temple is revealing. And for you, chosen one, that temple is revealing light, wisdom, mystery, and grace. This is why people are drawn to you without knowing why. This is why strangers open up to you, why others feel calm around you, why even your silence feels full. They are encountering the atmosphere of your temple. They are entering a spiritual space that your body carries, and for a moment, they are experiencing revelation without a word being spoken. Your body is doing the work before your mouth even moves. That's also why your aging process looks different. Your body isn't just responding to time, it's responding to purpose. It is maintained not just by health habits, but by spiritual alignment. You are not simply surviving life. You are hosting the divine. And anything that hosts the divine cannot decay like everything else. Your temple has to remain strong, because what it holds is not ordinary. You may have even felt this in moments of worship, meditation, or prayer, when your body suddenly feels weightless, glowing, or at peace. That's your temple syncing with the Spirit. That's your cells responding to divine light. That's your very structure shifting from stress to sacred alignment. And that shift slows down aging, restores strength, and amplifies your presence. Chosen one, don't neglect the temple. Don't dishonor it by speaking against it, resenting it, or hiding it. You were formed in divine intention. Your body is part of your calling. It's not a container to escape. It's a canvas that reveals the presence of God within you. And that's why, even in silence, even without effort, your body tells the truth of your assignment. So walk like your body is sacred, because it is. Treat it like it holds light, because it does. And remember, when others look at you and see something they can't explain, they are seeing the temple, the revelation, the chosen mystery made visible. You are not just glowing. You are declaring something holy without saying a single word. The dangers of neglecting your spiritual energy chosen. 1. Your glow is not automatic. Your youthfulness, your strength, your presence, they are all directly connected to how well you tend to your spiritual energy. You were designed to carry light, but that light must be protected, nurtured, and honored. The moment you begin to neglect your spiritual energy, everything in your life starts to shift, and not in your favor. You must understand this clearly. Neglecting your spiritual energy is not just a spiritual issue. It becomes a physical one. When your spirit is disconnected, your body begins to feel the weight. You wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep. You start to look dull, drained, and older. Your mind becomes foggy. Your reactions become slower. Your glow fades. This isn't aging. It's misalignment. It's what happens when divine energy is blocked or ignored. For the chosen one, the consequences are even more severe. Because you are not an ordinary vessel. You're a carrier of sacred frequencies. And when that power is not flowing, your entire system goes into distress. You may not realize it at first, but over time, you'll start feeling disconnected from your own body. You'll notice more aches, more emotional instability, more fatigue. That's not just life. It's a signal, a warning. Your temple is asking you to come back to the source. Neglect happens when you allow distractions to take the place of devotion, when you stop praying, when you stop being still, when you stop listening, when you stay in environments that drain you and relationships that dishonor you. Every time you ignore the voice inside that says you need to realign, you're turning down your own light. And the longer you stay disconnected, the more you begin to age in the spirit, and eventually in the body. Many chosen ones look back on certain seasons of life and realize how quickly they began to look older, feel heavier, and move slower. It wasn't just stress, it was spiritual neglect. When the light goes dim within, the body starts to follow. Your divine genetics were meant to preserve you, but they cannot function properly if the power source is being ignored. This is why you can't afford to be careless with your energy. You can't afford to stay in places that make you feel small or silent when your soul is begging to speak. You must protect your peace, your alignment, your spiritual frequency, because your very well-being depends on it. Your spiritual maintenance is your real anti-aging practice. But the beauty of this truth is that restoration is always possible. The moment you begin to reconnect with your source, your energy shifts, your cells respond, your body reawakens, the color returns to your face, the weight lifts from your shoulders, your glow comes back, not from makeup or medicine, but from reconnection. Chosen one, you were never meant to fade. But if you neglect your spiritual energy, you'll feel yourself slipping, not because you're weak, but because your light has been dimmed. So return, recenter, restore. Your youth is preserved in your presence with the divine. Don't let the world steal what only heaven can sustain. Your spirit is the power plant of your glow. Keep it lit, keep it holy, and your body will follow, always. Proof in scripture and ancient wisdom. Chosen one, what you're experiencing in your body, the glow, the vitality, the anti-aging energy, is not new. It's ancient. Long before science ever tried to explain aging Long before creams and diets and fitness routines, the sacred texts and ancient teachings were already revealing this truth. Those who walk in divine alignment carry light in their flesh, and that light slows decay. Look at the lives of the great spiritual figures. In Scripture, Moses climbed a mountain at 120 years old, and it says his eyes were not dim and his strength had not left him. That is not just poetic language. That is divine genetics in action. That's what it looks like when spiritual alignment preserves the physical body. He wasn't aging by the measure of the world, he was living by the power of purpose. Take Enoch, who walked so closely with God that he was taken without seeing death. He didn't fade away, he transitioned. That's not mythology, that's sacred design. And then there's Sarah, who was chosen to birth a promise far beyond what anyone considered possible. Her body responded to divine timing, not to biology. Because when heaven assigns a mission, age becomes irrelevant. Even outside of Scripture, ancient wisdom points to this same reality. In Eastern traditions, masters and sages who spent years in spiritual practice often lived beyond natural expectation. Their skin glowed, their voices remained strong, their energy was vibrant. They weren't chasing youth, they were embodying alignment, and that alignment became visible. Their temples, their bodies, were preserved because their spirits were purified. What all of these stories have in common is this: divine connection alters the aging process. It doesn't mean the body won't grow older, it means it won't decay in the way the world expects. It means strength will remain when others weaken. Light will shine when others dim. Purpose will preserve what the world says should perish. So when people look at you and wonder why you still glow, why you don't break under pressure, why you seem untouched by time, it's because you're walking in the same rhythm. You're not just living, you're aligned. You're protected by the same principle that kept prophets glowing and sages shining. Chosen one, your anti-aging energy is not a modern discovery. It is a return to ancient truth. You are living proof of what sacred texts already told us, that those who walk with the divine are never at the mercy of time. They are sustained by something greater, and that something is alive in you. A call to activate your anti-aging energy now. Chosen. 1. Now that you understand the truth, you've seen it, felt it, and lived it, it's time to do more than just recognize your anti-aging energy. It's time to activate it. Not someday, not later. Now. Because the glow you carry isn't just a side effect of being chosen. It's a spiritual tool, a divine force, and it needs to be awakened fully to fulfill what you were sent here to do. You weren't designed to age like the world. You weren't made to break down before your time. You are here to reveal what happens when light governs the body. But for that to happen, you have to walk in awareness. The glow doesn't remain if you ignore it. The anti-aging energy won't sustain itself without your participation. You must choose to live in alignment with the truth you now carry. So ask yourself, what drains your light? Who pulls you out of your peace? What habits keep you bound to a frequency lower than your calling? Be honest, because activation starts with separation from everything that dims your power. You cannot glow in your full capacity if your energy is being leaked in the wrong directions. Your anti-aging energy flows when your soul is in harmony with your divine design. That means eating in peace, thinking with clarity, speaking with purpose, resting with intention. It doesn't take perfection, it takes presence. The more conscious you are of your spiritual state, the more your body responds. Your cells remember light. They remember divine order. They remember who you really are. This is not about trying harder, it's about aligning deeper. The power is already in you. The divine genetics have already been planted. Your temple is already marked. You're not waiting for it. You're waking up to it. You're being summoned into a new level of embodiment, not just glowing from time to time, but becoming the glow itself. Spend time in silence. Speak only what nourishes your spirit. Surround yourself with environments that restore, not drain. Create space for spiritual renewal every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Your spirit doesn't need noise. It needs permission to lead. And when your spirit leads, your anti-aging energy flows without resistance. Chosen one, this is your call. Not a suggestion, not a reminder, a divine call. Heaven has invested too much in you for you to fade into the background. Your light is needed. Your vitality is part of your witness. The world doesn't just need your wisdom, it needs your presence, your full, radiant, unapologetic presence. So activate it now. Reclaim the energy that's yours. And let the world see what it looks like when eternity walks in human form. You are not running out of time. You are stepping into divine timing. And your glow is the evidence. Final prophetic word. You were designed to defy time. Chosen one. Hear this clearly. This is not flattery. This is not motivation. This is prophecy. You were designed to defy time. Every part of your existence, from the fire in your spirit to the resilience in your body, was created to outlast what destroys others. You were never made to fade. You were never built to break down like the rest. Time was never meant to define you. It was meant to witness you. This is why you confuse people. Why your age doesn't add up to your appearance. Why your energy doesn't match the years you've lived. Why your soul feels ancient, but your presence feels new. Because you are not here as a product of time. You are here as a disruption to it. A living example of what happens when heaven places eternity inside a human vessel. Your glow is not vanity. It is evidence. Evidence that the Spirit has marked you, that your temple has been touched by light, and that your mission is not yet complete. That glow isn't just in your skin. It's in your walk. It's in your silence. It's in the way people feel peace when they're near you. That's the proof that you're still under divine preservation. You may have felt tired at times. You may have gone through dark nights where the world tried to wear you down. But even then, your light held. Even then, your spirit whispered, "You're not done." And you weren't. Because what you carry is not for a moment, it's for a generation, for a legacy, for a shift in the atmosphere. Chosen one, you are walking through a world that is obsessed with age, with time, with decay. But you are the contradiction. You are the proof that divine design overrides human limitation. When others fade, you rise. When others dim, you shine. When others break down, you remain. Not by might, not by chance, but by purpose. You were never meant to age like the world because you were never sent to live like the world. Your life was set apart. Your body was built to endure. Your energy was crafted to carry more than most can handle. And now the world is watching. Not just to see your beauty, but to witness your endurance. Not just your glow, but your God. This is your confirmation. Your glow is your assignment. Your youth is your message. Your presence is your prophecy. So walk boldly now, not as someone afraid of aging, but as someone born to transcend it. Because the truth is, you are not running out of time. Time is running out of ways to explain you. You were designed to defy it, and you are doing just that.